Alright, today we're going to be looking at the Midas M32. We're going to learn how to turn on the M32 and load a scene and save a scene, and then we're going to learn how to shut off the system. So there is actually a switch on the back right corner of this console. If you just reach back there, you can flip it on. It'll take a couple seconds to turn on. So it pops up the most recent scene loaded. And how we get to our scenes is that we have to go over to this panel called Show Control. There's a view button that highlights whenever you press it, and it brings our options for the scenes into our LCD screen. And so now what we have to do is we have to go into the second tab called Scenes. How we can get there is we can press this right arrow, and it'll go through our tab. And now, as you can see, there's all of our scenes that have been saved. And if you look at these encoders on the bottom, we have some different options, but the main two we're going to be using today are load and save. So, as I scroll down with this encoder, it highlights the scene that I'm on, and if I want to load a certain scene, I can just scroll to it and load it. So let's say we want to load ABC. We click this encoder, it'll ask us if we want to load it. So we're going to hit yes on the arrow key. And so now we've loaded the new scene and all the different settings have popped up. Let's do that one more time. We're going to load the master scene. And as you can see, everything's blanked out, everything's muted. And this is where you would start before you start your practice for the weekend. Say you just get done. Say we have our mix going. This is where you ended up. You got some different settings on your board. This is your levels. Say you want to save it as your initials. We can scroll down to an empty slot with any of these encoders, and we can click save. It'll pop up the option to name the scene. And so now I can go to this encoder underneath the box of letters, and I can put my initials in. Then once I'm done putting the name in, I can hit this encoder labeled save. And now, as you can see, I've saved the scene as BF. Alright, let's load another one just to see it change. Load the master. Everything came down. Say this is pulled up whenever I get back to Saturday or Sunday service and I need to load my first scene. I can click load again, and here's everything that I had saved during practice. So now once you're done, say the service is over, you need to shut down the board. We need to go to a button called Setup beside our panel. It's right here. Once you hit that button, it'll highlight and pop up a different LCD screen with different tabs. You need to be on Global tab, and you need to have Shutdown highlighted. And once you have this highlighted, you can click Go, and now we can switch off the console.